Good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Charlie State and Naga Munchetti.
Our headlines today. An emphatic win for Labour at the Rutherglen by-election in Scotland. Leader Keir Starmer describes it as a seismic result.
More than 50 people have been killed in a missile attack on a Ukrainian village where many victims were attending a funeral.
Hello from Stoke Mandeville, the home, the birthplace of the Paralympic Games and now the home of its flame. We'll look forward to Paris next year and also meet some of the athletes.
Good morning. After nearly 100 years, the Wilko name will disappear from the high street this weekend. We'll hear from staff in the brand's birthplace of Leicester on their final shift in store.
Good morning. The world champions are humiliated at the start of the Cricket World Cup as England suffer a huge defeat against New Zealand in the opening game in India. But the message from the captain is, don't panic yet.
Let's take a look at the papers this morning. Now, the Telegraph says Starmer will not bring HS2 back to life. That's the headline. The paper says that Keir is abandoning Labour's 2019 manifesto pledge to complete HS2 in full. Well, Sir Keir is quoted as saying the government has taken a wrecking ball to the project and he cannot pledge to simply reverse it.
And climate concerns appearing on some of Friday's front pages. Guardian warning scientists are stunned by last month's figures. September 2023 beat the previous record for that month by 0.5 degrees Celsius, the largest jump in temperature ever seen, it says.
Our Pride of Britain is the Daily Mirror's main headline, alongside the news that the rugby league legend Rob Burrow, his wife Lindsay and best friend Kevin Sinfield are to be honoured at the Pride of Britain Awards later this week. The paper says they've helped to raise more than £13 million to fight motor neurone disease after Rob was diagnosed in 2019.
Now, the former Leeds Rhinos rugby league player Rob Burrow is being honoured with the Pride of Britain Award. The special recognition award is shared with his wife, Lindsay, best friend, former teammate Kevin Sinfield as well, who between them have campaigned to raise awareness and millions of pounds for motor neuron disease charities. So congratulations to them. I'm
going to take you from cows to parrots. So this is a parrot that was stolen, right? This is it. I'm going to take you to Marseille. And a man was caught trying to sell a West African grey parrot, right, in the city's port last week. And the species is protected, so street sales are illegal. So police spotted this sale, this potential sale going on. And when they got hold of the parrot, it had no identifying ring. You know, they usually have one on one leg. And the parrot then told them his name. Jaco is what the parrot... Because it was a
talking parrot.
Exactly. But Jaco is kind of the French equivalent for parrots, like ours is Polly. No,
OK.
Right? So it's a bit difficult if everyone's calling their parrot Jaco, right? So, but then one of the officers remembered that a colleague had lost his African grey in 2020, told everyone at the station that if the parrot was lost, the parrot would say his name. Yeah. So they knew it was this parrot. Got in touch with him. It was his parrot. They've returned it.
And the parrot was returned?
The parrot was returned. They're worth around €2,000 each, right? In 2008, and they have history. In 2008, a woman called the police after finding an African grey in her garden in Tokyo. The bird gave its name and address to the officers. In 2014,
name and address?
Yes, to the officers, right? And in 2014, in Los Angeles, a parrot called Nigel, which had a British accent, was found speaking only Spanish after going missing for 4 years. ¿Qué pasó? It asked. And a Spanish-speaking woman who found it handed it in, microchipped.
The short bit of video I'd quite like to see would be the French police interviewing the parrot to get its name. I would quite like to see that.
It just offered it. Just offered it.
Well, it's
Don't
good.
mess with African grey parrots.
And the parrot got back to its previous owner.
Yes,
that's a good story. How nice.
OK, let's take a look at the papers this morning, which, of course, went to print before that election, that by-election, and the Mail leads with the guilty verdicts in the cases of 2 nursing staff accused of mistreating patients in a stroke hospital unit. The Express carries a poll suggesting the majority of people support pulling out of the European Convention on Human Rights to allow more illegal migrants to be deported. The Eye reports that the new HS2 plan is already in doubt. This is just 24 hours after Rishi Sunak unveiled his new plans for high-speed rail. The Telegraph quotes Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer insisting he's not in a position to reverse the Prime Minister's decision to scale back the northern leg of HS2. The Guardian speaks to Labour supporters about lessons from the past which Sir Keir Starmer will need to learn in order to win the election. And according to The Times, a consultation by the Crown Prosecution Service has led to a recommendation for leniency in cases of so-called mercy killings. The Financial Times hears that in an effort to balance its books, Metro Bank has approached 3 of its rivals about taking on a third of its mortgages. The Metro covers the trial of the killing of the council worker Ashley Dale. The Daily Mirror has a story on rugby league legend Rob Burrow and his wife Lindsay, who helped raise over £10 million, didn't they, to fight motor neurones disease. And The Sun reports that a man has been arrested for allegedly plotting to kidnap TV presenter Holly Willoughby. And The Star says the average person has just 3.7 true friends. OK. And if you want to see any of those front pages again or read the stories, scan the QR code on the screen. It will take you to the press review on the Sky News website. I think we've got about 5 friends.